Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me one quick favor, see that little black subscribe button on the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, hit that little black subscribe button. Really does help this channel grow, my audience grow, and I appreciate it more than you know. Also, quick thank you to our presenting sponsor, Betfred Sportsbook and the Betfred Sportsbook app. Bet $50 on any game. Get up to $1,111 in free bets courtesy of the Betfred Sportsbook. Thank you again. Now, here's the video that you came here for. Topic of the day. And it's a topic that not only took over the world of sports, but obviously beyond that, just a larger perspective as well. And it is obviously the health status of Bronny James. And I'll tell you guys and girls a quick side story just to show you who Bronny James is and the impact that he has in the basketball world. About in May, went away on a family, on a trip, and went to the Bahamas for a few days. Okay. Why am I bringing this up? It is because at check-in, had just gone to the hotel, 6-7 hour flight. I happen to be wearing a USC t-shirt. And I bring it up because the girl who was probably, 18, 19 years old, lived in the Bahamas. As I'm checking in, she goes, "Oh, USC. That's where Bronny's going to school." And so I think we all take for granted the son of LeBron James, take for granted who he is, and just, he's been in our lives forever. But this guy is literally somebody that people know internationally. And obviously, I think we all know by now that woke up to just a terrible, horrifying incident. We found out early Tuesday. I found out about 10:15 Eastern time that Bronny James had suffered cardiac arrest at USC practice on Monday. Here are some details. I'll read it straight from a statement from the James family so there's no confusion. Yesterday, while practicing, Bronny James suffered cardiac arrest. Medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He is now in stable condition and no longer in ICU. We ask for respect and privacy for the James family, and we will update media when there is more information. LeBron and Savannah is, of course, LeBron's wife, Bronny's mom, wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes. Let me start just very quickly by saying this. It goes without saying, again, we'll spend a minute on it, but this isn't the kind of topic that I have a take on, that I have a strong opinion on. My strong opinion is just, I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he's okay. This is a scary situation involving an 18-year-old kid, no previous health conditions. And to read that story, I was mortified like all of you were. And, whatever. You don't need me to say it. But I think it goes without saying, the most important take is glad he's okay, glad the medical professionals were on site, and glad that he is now out of ICU and making a recovery. Very quickly, I think many of you know, some of you might not. This is not the first, but second incident involving a USC basketball player in the last 2 off seasons having a similar situation. Vince Iwuchukwu, 7-foot center, now a sophomore at USC, the exact same thing happened to him last year. And so I bring it up, not to speculate on anything, but to very simply say, let's just give a ton of credit to the USC staff and the USC medical professionals for just an unbelievable situation. I mean, think about, Bronny is who we need to focus on right here, right? But imagine being a coach, a GA, an assistant, a director of basketball operations. You spend your whole life focused on basketball, on training, recruiting, whatever. For this to happen twice in a 2 off-season period, I can't even imagine what those guys and girls are going through, nor do I want to, nor would I ever ask. Cannot imagine, but it's also worth noting, credit to the USC medical staff. I don't think I can emphasize this enough. I understand it's their job. I understand that's what they're there for. But the bottom line is, we don't even think about the fact that they're there 99% of the time. And it's the 1% that we realize that they're there, that they're being called into action, and in this case, potentially saving a life. Tell you a quick side story. DeMar Hamlin was at the ESPYs a few weeks ago. He presented kind of the Courage Award or whatever to the doctors who saved his life. I know the ESPYs are a punchline. I know that they've gotten probably whatever. You fill in the blank as to why you don't watch the ESPYs anymore. But it was an incredible moment. The doctors just said, hey, we were just doing our jobs. But you could tell the emotion that DeMar Hamlin had because he knows those guys and girls on site saved his life. And that very likely happened with Bronny James. From a basketball perspective, listen, we don't know, and it doesn't matter at this point. I don't think you need me to tell you that none of that matters. The positive, I guess, if you want to call it that, Vince Iwuchukwu, the player who collapsed last year at USC, he actually was on the court playing for the Trojans by the end of this past season. And so I can't say that's what Bronny James's future is. I don't know. It's not important right now. The fact that he's alive, the fact that he's out of ICU, the fact that he's on the road to recovery is all that matters. Maybe he comes back this year. Maybe he never plays again this year. Maybe he never plays at USC and goes pro after this year. Those are all secondary things. Those are all secondary things to this moment in time. All I will say is no different than when Keontae Johnson collapsed a few years ago. Vince Iwuchukwu, I'm glad he's okay. I know there's some other speculation going on about another young athlete having a heart condition. It's not my place to say. I'm not a medical professional. At the same time, as someone who went to school for journalism, it's okay to ask tough questions. I know there's very differing perspectives on that. I'm going to stay out of that for the time being. I'm just glad that the USC medical staff was on site, that they handled it the way that they did, that they, again, it's just shocking and jarring. And I'm just glad Bronny James is okay. Basketball is secondary. The fact that he's recovering is what's most important. And again, that's really the only quote unquote take that I have.